So today I would like to ask you a question. How many of you are happy? How many of you are happy today? Very nice. So today morning I was thinking that what if a genie suddenly appeared in front of me and said, what is that one wish that you would like to have? Then I thought, what would I ask for? Then I thought, okay, for 2 seconds, I thought I'll be asking for happiness. Then immediately I started thinking, is that something that we need a genie for to give us happiness each and every day? Or is that something we can do it for ourselves anyways? So happiness is something that every living being, every person wants to have every moment of their lives, right? Nobody would like to be sad, or nobody wants to be low, or they don't want to be alone or anything like that, right? Everybody wants to be happy. Every moment we would like to experience happiness, right? But the conflict arises when we start defining and we start naming as to what happiness gives us, or from what do we get happiness from, right? For every person, for each person, happiness is different. For one person, it can be a beautiful house, or a new bike, or a new job, or a high-paying salary, or good clothes. For me, it's like a cup of tea. Whenever I get a good hot cup of tea, I am very happy. That moment is like bliss for me. And I share that happiness with brother Manoj over here, because we both share the love for tea. We find happiness in tea. So I'm sure that few of you like coffee that way, right? When you sip the cup of coffee, is like happiness. Okay, I'm fine. But for some, it can be a perfect home. It can be a perfect spouse, it can be a perfect job, but perfection not always brings happiness. It might not always bring happiness, right? If you start running behind perfection, it might not always, it may, but I'm saying it might not always bring you the happiness that you want, because perfection is not always happiness, because as per your expectations, as per what you want, it might not always come up to your expectations. But happiness is what? When you find a balance in your life, saying that it is okay to fail, it is okay that I'm sad, it is okay that I'm breaking down right now, but you still muster the strength to get up and move forward. And once you get that thinking in your mind, saying that okay, I can find happiness in each and everything, there'll be a shift in your thinking. That simple defining moment where you will start thinking, okay, it is okay to fail. It's even if I'm failure now, I can do it. I get the strength to stand up again and do it again. All over again, I'm ready to do that. I get that strength, right? So a lot of people start limiting their options, thinking that this might not give me happiness, this might not give me enough happiness. They start giving numbers to the happiness, right? The salary, the bike, the amount that you're getting, the amount of income that you're earning, everything starts giving, you start giving numbers, you start losing happiness in that. So stop thinking about it. Find happiness in and around yourself. When we are putting up such kind of messages online also, a lot of people are saying this is so nice to hear, but it is not practical to do it in our lives. It's not practical to even think about it. But no, with you knowing or unknowingly, you are actually doing that. Even when you're sad, you find something, a small incident happens, you're happy, right? You do it unknowingly. It is very practical. Whatever we are teaching here, whatever we are saying over here on this stage is very practical, and you can do it every day. You can practice it every day. I'll just share a small story. So this is a story of a spoonful of oil. So there was a nice young chap like you guys, and nice young girl, and who wanted to find the perfect happiness in their life. They were blessed. They had good things in their life, but they were craving for the perfect happiness in their life. So what he did, he traveled to a lot of places to find that perfect happiness. He spoke to a lot of people asking for perfect happiness. Where do I find that? A lot of people said that you have to meet one guy who is in this city. He's a very wise guy. Why don't you go meet him, and he'll give you the formula for the perfect happiness. So he thought, okay, very good. And he traveled to that place. He traveled to that city. He met that wise guy. That wise guy was in his home, and he was surrounded by many people who were like us, asking a lot of questions. So this guy found time, and he went and asked the wise guy, saying that I want to find the perfect happiness. Can you give me the formula to perfect happiness? And he said, okay, I will give you that. I will give you the answer for that, but I'm going to give you one task for that. So he said, okay, this city is very beautiful. I want you to go around this city and see what you can find. And before that, he gave him a tablespoon of oil in his hand and he said, do not spill this. And you go around and see what you can find. So half an hour passed, 1 hour passed, and after 2 hours, he came back to the wise person's house and he was speaking to the wise guy again. The wise guy asked, did you find something? Did you see anything? Did you see the beautiful mountains? Did you see the beautiful waterfalls? Or did you find any person? Did you make friends in this new place? Did you try any new dishes? He said, no, I didn't. I was only worried about the spoonful of oil in my hand. I did not see anything. So the wise man said, okay, I'll give you another chance. Why don't you go again, leave the spoonful of oil here, or don't worry about the oil spilling and you go walk around and see. He came back again very happy and relieved, saying that, wow, this is such a beautiful place. I found so many things. I made new friends. I found new things over here. Then that person was saying, see, this is the thing that we always do. We always try to find happiness in others, in other things, in different places, or in something else that we forget what we already have in our hands. Or we keep focusing on something small or insignificant, which is not at all a problem, but we still focus on that and forget about the beautiful things around us. So what are you doing today? Are you being happy about the things around you, or are you worried about the small little insignificant thing that is a spoonful of oil and worried about your day in and day out about that oil? So whatever we are speaking here today is very practical, and you can start shifting your thinking with that simple decision that you take, simple shift in your thinking. A lot of things will change in your life. Now, one key I'll give you, where can you find your happiness, is in Psalms 34 verse 7 and 8. It says, you find your refuge, you find your happiness in God's arms, right? You find your happiness, or you'll be blessed in God's arms. So when God has wrapped you around in his arms and you're finding solace in his arms, you're finding peace in his arms, you're always happy.